Hello, this is Dr. Brandt Gibson, and today I want to talk about a portion of peripheral neuropathy that a lot of times people don't consider. When it comes to really getting control and being able to thrive with your peripheral neuropathy, one of the key pieces is your attitude. There are multiple ways that you can actually react to the fact that you have peripheral neuropathy. You can get depressed and lose all hope and decide there's nothing that can be done, and you just give up, either by just giving up with life or not functioning in a way that you continue to try to find solutions or continue to get solutions. Number two, you could actually react in such a way where you say, okay, I don't care, I'm just going to function anyway and figured nobody can help me, but I will suffer and work way through it. And a lot of the individuals with peripheral neuropathy are doing one of those two. They've lost hope completely, or they just say, I don't care anymore, and they just function anyway, and a lot of times will pay for it after the fact. But the way that I would like to help you function with peripheral neuropathy is to be filled with hope and to be able to enjoy even the little things, the little improvements, the little changes, the little days when it's not an issue. So you can actually say, okay, really, I am functioning at a level where I can enjoy at least this next hour, or I can enjoy these couple hours because it's under control. My goal when I work with people with peripheral neuropathy is to give them a completely normal function so that they can actually live the extraordinary life that they're trying to do and not just survive. The problem with that is the definition of living an extraordinary life is different for every individual. But if there's an individual that has decided, I'm going to be happy, I'm going to find joy in every aspect, they are able to have an extraordinary life much more easily, even with peripheral neuropathy, because of their attitude. Now, the interesting thing about that is we're finding that individuals that have hope, that find joy in these things, that are able to just be happy, they find greater success in getting control of their peripheral neuropathy, because the little things then become big things, and over time they gain complete control of their peripheral neuropathy. Let me give you an example. There is a technique called trigger points. And I'm not talking about acupuncture trigger points or anything like that, where they're actually saying, okay, you're pushing these areas to treat certain areas like that. What I'm talking about is actually taking a feeling or a sensation, really happiness, excitement, joy, and giving yourself a trigger point that you can actually touch that will lead you to those things as well. One of the things that we're actually working with now is trying to get that technique, that attitude, ability to stimulate attitude, or stimulate those positive emotions through trigger points, even in peripheral neuropathy patients. So that's a technique. So for example, if you take your fist and you say, okay, I'm gonna make the second knuckle a trigger point for joy and happiness, you go through the process of making excitement, and say, okay, I'm gonna remember a time when I had excitement, and I'm gonna touch that point as I visualize it and have those feelings and let go as soon as it starts to come back. And then you forget about that and say, okay, now I'm gonna go to the next one, a time when I was really, really happy, a time when I had great, great joy. And you stack those feelings into that one trigger point, so that when you're having a really, really bad peripheral neuropathy situation, you can touch that one area and you can get it. This is a technique that we actually are starting to teach our neuropathy patients, and it's an opportunity to really get control of your peripheral neuropathy. This is Dr. Brandt Gibson, and this was Neuropathy Nugget Day 57, and it is about the fact that attitude truly does matter. And if you have a positive attitude, if you choose to be happy, if you choose to have joy, if you choose to have hope, you will have better success with your